Rolex are known to be watches that serve the function. They are reliable, durable, accurate, versatile, sturdy, and best of all, they are beautiful. Now when you say beautiful, there's one more core element with Rolex that essentially defines the reason why they are so successful and desirable. Their designs are timeless. You can look at a Rolex from 1950s and you can compare it with a Rolex from today, and they both will look similar in looks. Their iconic aesthetics do not change over time and haven't changed in decades and more than half a century. This is how timeless they are and how they end up being an asset that, put simply, is never a wrong choice, neither for you nor for your generations to come. Now when you add the factor of luxury to an already a proven and successful watch as Rolex, you get the best of both worlds. You have the watch that is reliable and then a watch that offers the experience of jewelry. And when you say jewelry attributes in a Rolex, you simply can't think beyond a dated in precious metal. And yes, while Rolex predominantly makes steel watches, the dated is truly their luxury and jewelry piece, and it is not offered in the flesh of steel. Rather, it only comes in precious metal of rose gold, white gold, yellow gold, and platinum. In this video, we are looking at the white gold version of Day-Date 40 and then the most sought after olive green dial. The Day-Date in this configuration is arguably the most popular due to the shade of green, and then obviously the President bracelet that adds the touch of dressiness to the watch. Then if you didn't notice already, this is essentially the only dress watch in oyster or waterproof case by Rolex that is offered in the size of 40mm. If you ever found the Datejust or Oyster Perpetual 41 to be a touch too big for your liking, and then the Datejust 36 or Oyster Perpetual 36 as slightly too small, the Rolex Day-Date 40 may possibly be your only option. Talking about the olive green dial, if you're wondering how does the green dial play with the light so brilliantly, it is a sunburst dial. And under the macro, you can see the radial brush lines very clearly. And the way the dial then plays with the light is a magic of its own. This particular dial, of course, further comes with Roman numerals that add to the iconic looks of the Day-Date. Needless to say, where the Datejust shows just the date in addition to the time, the Day-Date shows both the date of the month and the day of the week. And this is the only Rolex to do so. If you have ever wondered why the DD40 looks so well sized compared to the DJ41, if you measure its size across the bezel, it is only 38.7mm. So while it is sold as a 40mm watch, it looks smaller and just about the right size. If you're wondering why do Rolex call it a 40mm watch when the face or the bezel size is under 39mm, that's because when you measure the case from 2 to 8 o'clock position, it is indeed a 40mm case. The size of the crystal, or let's say the dial, is 32 mils, which I think is the perfect size for a dial for a dress watch like this. On the wrist, the watch wears incredibly beautiful, elegant, slim and proportionate. My wrist size for reference is 6.5 inches and the wristband is 55mm, and the watch case with 40mm size sits in the center of my wrist. The lug-to-lug height of the watch is 47.3 mils, which allows the watch to wear just beautifully and proportionally even on smaller wrists like mine. For reference, this is the same lug-to-lug as on Rolex Submariner 40 or 41mm. The case thickness of the watch is just under 12 mils, and it does not wear thick at all. Rather, it gives the right feel for an oyster case that is neither too thin nor too thick. The bracelet is 21 mils wide at the case, and it tapers down to 17.3 mils at the clasp, and the overall tapering ratio at the bracelet isn't as intense as it is on the DJs. The weight of the watch, sized to 6.5 inches, is just under 200 grams, So it is relatively a heavy watch, which is typical of a gold watch, and you do feel the heft on the wrist. But the weight is distributed very evenly, so it's rather a comfortable and very balanced watch on the wrist. Or maybe we can define it as a watch that is less of a watch and more of something else on the wrist. What is that something? Maybe a Rolex dream.